You guys are tremendously intelligent human beings. I don't tell you this enough. Okay? You can do this. All right? So this isn't something that's just trivial. Okay. Can I get a brave soul? This can be anyone. So start with the left-hand side, 4 root 12. What does 4 root 12 turn into? Oh, wait. Mr. Football player, go.
4 and then root 4.
Good.
Wait, if I don't have 4 root 3, if I have 4 wrong.
That is okay. Okay, the reason I'm going to do it like this is because root 4 is on some fine down. Okay? Emerson, is that a question or a stop? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Then the next
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
I put 7 root 3.
Yeah.
Over root 3.
Good. Almost.
That's not right. I'll get over 3. Right.
Because it's root 3 times root 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Root 3.
What does?
I do like root 3 times root 3 and times 3.
Sure. Who's going to?
Like 3.
So I do root 3 times root 3 and then not cut.
I gotta be going
Okay, let's keep going here, please, guys. Okay, stay in the zone. Stay in the zone, please. Now, thank you, Emerson. Last step here, 48. Go ahead. Okay. Okay, now one hint when you get this one on your test, okay? You'll notice that all of them have a root 3 in it. Okay, so as soon as you see right away that it's going to be 7 over root 3, that's a hint that probably there's going to be a root 3 here, and probably there's going to be a root 3 there. Okay, just a little point of advice to yourself there. Yeah, Julie, go ahead.
Why can't you do 8 root 8 and root 6?
Okay, because 8 and 6 both can't be square rooted. Okay? Well, the square root of 8 doesn't work out evenly. What I was, sorry, you weren't here yesterday. So what you always try and divide by, if you look at the times table here, because 1 can be square rooted, 4, like all this yellow line down the middle here. Okay? So square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, 16, 25, 36. That's what you're trying to divide by, are those numbers there. Okay, because like 6 times 8 is 48, but the square root of 6 is like 2.3 or whatever, and the square root of 8 is like 2.8.
Oh.
Right? So you want things that can be evenly square rooted,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
For the square root of 48, I got 4 root 3.
Yeah, that is what it turns out to. So this is going to be 4 times 2 root 3 minus 7 root 3 over 3 plus 4 root 3 equals 8 root 3. Okay, so I would like you to, everyone to put down their pencils right now and look at the board. Okay, this I need 100% complete observation because everyone I'm hoping can get to this stage or close to it. Okay, but this is the last step that people mix up on. So Cassie, if you're erasing your desk, I'm going to thank you for erasing your desk. But then I want you to focus on the board here right now, okay? Because people make a mistake on this. What can someone be brave and not write it on the paper and just raise their hand? What's the first thing I can do here? Go ahead, Matt. 4 and the 8 go together. Okay, good. So I'm going to say 8 root 3. Please don't write this down yet. So that turns to 12 root 3 minus 7 root 3 over 3. That is great, but there's still one more step, so please don't write it yet. That's an answer. Right?
How did you get the multiple 4 times 2?
Oh, here, because square root of 4 equals 2.
So why did you do that?
You get it smaller.
Yeah, it's like square root of 4 is 14. Like 12 turned into 4 times 3, right? Square root of 4 evenly worked out to 2. Okay, go ahead.
So it's 3, we're all trying to find this. Both
Yes. Yes.
And so,
It does, but it's like if you're doing lowest terms. Let's say I was trying to add a fraction that was 4 over 8. You could go to 2 over 4, right? But then you could also then go to 1 over 2, right? It's like it will work, but you can go directly there, right off. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, you want to add something for this last one now?
you would find a common denominator, so you would
Good.
multiply 12 by 3.
Good. So this is the part that people mix up on. Thank you. And I went to take a step back and let people be wowed here, okay? So what I did was 12 root 3 didn't have a fraction with it. 7 root 3 over 3 did. To swoosh them together, right, you need a fraction with the one on the left, okay? Luke.
Would be 29 square root 3 over
29 root 3 over 3. Now, I want everyone to focus on this, because I'm telling you this right now, this is going to be on your test, and half of you are going to not do this at all, okay? You won't even, you'll get to this line, and you'll give me this as your final answer here, okay? So, remember, if there's a fraction on one, you can combine it, yes.
How did you get to 36? Did you multiply by it?
Yeah. Yeah, good question. Yeah, and just like a denominator, right? That's like 12 root 3 over 1, right? So to get a common denominator, just multiply the bottom by 3 and the top by 3. No?
Is it 12? Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, example 2 will be on your test. Okay, guaranteed. Okay, there'll be different numbers, obviously, okay, but something like that, you'll be able to do also on your final exam. Yes. Right on. They have to be the same. Very good. Good observation. They have to be the same square root. If you look back to our homework here, right, there's like a root 3 and a root 2, and they couldn't combine here, right? So they have to be the same square roots, okay? And on your test, they'll probably do one like that, that there's 3 or 4 terms. You know what I mean? They combine the fraction and non-fraction. I like that idea. All right, sort of good? Okay. Example 3. Try this again. Now, it says find the exact value for x, which is x, okay? This happens every year again. Exact value means, I can't find my, exact value means leave it in the square root. Okay, that's what it means, all right? Let's just do this one now. Okay, so let's say your answer to your question came out like this. So I lost my piece of paper, okay? What does that look like to anyone here? Quadratic formula. On your test, I will give you a quadratic formula. Okay, and I'll say leave the exact value. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, oh man, Mr. Sadler, my calculator works great. I can do that, no problem. That equals 3.24 and 8.69. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, we're doing the exact value. Relating to the last question, could somebody give me a good first step for this question, please? What would it be? Yeah, go ahead.
Someone's gonna be perfect in this, so you probably break it down.
Yeah, 25 looks good, okay? 25 times 10. 10 can't be broken down, so that looks good to me. So I'm going to say x is equal to negative 10 plus or minus square root of 25 and the square root of 10. Okay, so you see what we did there? Root 250 just turned into 25 and 10. Okay, we're feeling great, but we're not feeling perfect. How can I go from there? Josh, what can I do next? Well, what does root 25 turn into? 5, right? So I'm just going to write this as x equals negative 10 plus or minus 5 root 10 over 10. Okay, now we're not yet done. Okay, so I'm going to give you a second to catch up. I'm too excited about this example. What you have to do is everything will divide by 5. Okay? So if you need to write an in-between step, you can call this x equals negative 10 over 10 plus or minus 5 root 10 over 10. So x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus root 10. I'm going to take a step back, and I'll let the questions come in. Take a step back with the question. So all I do is I split apart the fraction, right? The negative 10 hit the left and the right. Okay, 10 over 10, negative 10 over 10 changed to negative 1, and then 5 over 10, I just did the coefficients, right? So 5 divided by 10 is 1. Yes.
What if we wrote it as -2 plus or minus 10, or
Yeah.
the square root 10, and
Yeah,
all over?
I can live with this. It's not as good, but I can live with that. If you want to do that, I can live with that. Okay. Now, if I say to you find the exact value, and I will even bold it and underline it, I've tried this. On a test, I put the font this big, and people still told me the answer is equal to 2.68. Okay, right? Exact value means leaving square roots. Okay? 1, 2, go ahead.
I thought you didn't want to have one thing with a fraction.
Oh, you can do that in this. For this, you can, because the plus or minus thing is separate, okay? But either one of those is okay for that. Any other questions? Go ahead. You're good?
No.
Okay. Which one? Where? Here? Okay, so you're okay up to here? Okay, so what I just did, then I just split apart the fraction, right?
So that 10 of it is this is like
10, because this part is divided by 10 and that part is divided by 10, right? Like, well, so I just split it apart because I knew that 10 over 10 I could divide. So 10 divided by 10 divided through to be negative 1, and then 5 divided by 10 is like 1/2, right? So like 1 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator.
but then it's okay.
Sorry, okay?
Where did the negative 2 come from? In the bottom.
Oh, because what Chris said, well, using this, right? He said, well, 10 and 5 and 10 all divide by 5. So if you use 5 instead of 10 to divide, don't ignore this if you want. Just use that. That's fine. Yeah.
So for your first answer, I found that kind of confusing as to how can I just go from
Yeah.
bottom to there to the answer?
Yeah, if you want to go right from here to here, that's okay too, if that's easier. Okay? But I want the idea was if there's something common, right, you divide it. That's the whole point. Yes.
Wait, can you explain like the 5? Like where you got the 2 from?
Yeah, because just if you think like 5 divided by 10 is 1/2, right? In those terms.
Can you talk about that?
No, 5 divided by 10 is like 1/2, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I said, right? So 5 divided by 10 is like 1/2. So I'm trying to explain it a different way. I'm sorry, I'm trying to write it one.
Yeah.
Is that like this? Like that there? If you need to, I'm not going to though because it. So you're saying it's like 5 something divided by 10 is like 1/2. That's all we're saying, right? Yeah. Good.
Divided by 2 is 5, and then you divide by square root x
Okay, no.
Okay, well, because the thing is the 10, this square root 10 doesn't get divided, right? It's just that this, the square root 10 doesn't get divided, just the coefficients in front. It'd be like if we had like 5x over 10, right? That'd be like 1x over 2, right? Like you divide them both, the numerator and denominator both get divided by 5, right? So the numerator goes from 5 to 1, the denominator goes from 10 to 2. Somewhat. Very good. I love that shirt. I don't want to leave it on the staring at the shirt all day. I went there, so I think. All right, ready to move on? There will be some homework from this. Actually, can I cover your textbook so I can find my lesson here? You get like 2 questions from here. That's when you put the web drawing.
No, that's. I'm just seeing what pages are the homework.
It actually is.
This. Oh, there's nothing on this. What?
Alright, so
I forget.
is that 12 or what?
Well, okay, 170, number 13, that is. Okay, so those are just good practice. I want to make sure this stuff is like fluent. Fluent, is that the way to put it? You're fluent with it. As far as our today's lesson goes, this is another question that I really like, and it's going to be on your test. Small class. Discontinuation of this part two. We can pause the video while I spin over here. Ah, here it is. Okay, so this part of the lesson is called so in this lesson, I'm going to give you 3 points. If you are given any 3 points, you can make a parabola out of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, right? If you think back to grade 9, if they gave you 2 endpoints, you would be able to make a line. If you're given any 3 points, you can turn them into a parabola, which is awesome. Okay? So what I'm going to do, instead of doing our homework, James, right now, what you should be doing is listening up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use substitution to solve for A, B, and C. So I'm going to do a quick example of substitution just so you remember. I'm not going to pause the video because hopefully all of 17 minutes.